How not to be sad or depressed when you're unemployed and not working overtime. Okay, guys, this is the key. You have to create a life outside of work, an identity when you're not working. I'm gonna give you an example. So I'm in my off season for my business. Like I purposely do not have a lot of work in November, and it sucks because I go from working every single day of the week, and if I wanted to, all day, to having almost zero jobs, and it's hard to transition from that because I did not put any time into a life outside of work. So you could get stuck in a cycle where you just do your work routine, but you're not working and you're making no income. So if you're not making any income and you're not working, then what you got to do is maximize your creativity, maximize your exposure to nature, the outside world, unconventional things, and create a new life when you're unemployed, a new life, like new friends, a new group, a new hobby, like maybe go to the gym and purposely try to be social. I hate when people say, I go to the gym to work out. You're a slave. You're a slave. The gym, you're paying for a social club. You're not paying to work out. If you really wanted to just work out, you work at home. You go there to be around people. So go to the gym, meet people, like be friendly, like greet the people, be happy. That's number one. That applies to wherever you go. Put some effort into being happy and friendly and connect with people outside of work. Secondly, go do a hobby or something that you're interested in. Most likely traveling. Travel to your national park. Travel to the city, town next to you if there's something really interesting that you want to look at. But mostly nature, like explore nature. Because nature is always going to be helpful for you. We love nature. That's why we go to Cancun. That's why we go to the tropics. That's why we go to South America or Europe with the more nature city based like Prague or Vienna. Like those walkable cities is very nature orientated because you're always walking. You're not on the bus or the truck. Okay, back to the main point. Focus on building a life outside of work. That way, when you're unemployed and you're not making overtime money, you're not gonna go home straight to YouTube and watch a video. If you're listening to YouTube, you listen to it as an audio. That's why my videos, you don't have to watch them. You can just play it in the background, okay? And do not watch sports. Do not watch sports, guys. Like literally many of us, we come home from work. I don't do this, but I know people who do this. They're so exhausted. They don't have any hobbies, anything outside of work. They straight up look forward to looking at different sports games. And if you're not a strategized gambler, or you have a strategy to make income off of sports, which I honestly do not recommend, but if you're good at it, go ahead. But for most people, you're going to lose money and you're going to lose emotions. You're going to be emotionally drained from watching it. You're putting yourself in a position where your emotions are dependent on sports outcome, which is honestly dumb. And you're using up your time to watch these sports of people who don't know you, and you don't have dividends in this team. You don't have anything. I'm assuming you're the normal person. So it's like literally a waste of time. So instead of doing all that, purposely put yourself outside. Go to the library, go to the park, go to explore a national park. Just go enjoy it for what it is. Go to learn. Go to learn, and you'll naturally be in the present. You'll naturally build a new routine of exploration, of learning, and you'll meet new people that are important to you along the way. You have to put an effort to be social and friendly. Not saying you got to go cold approach 100 people. Not saying you got to be like, my name is it. No, like be happy that you're there. And when somebody is about to interact with you, do a positive interaction. Set the precedent that it's going to be a great interaction. Like a salesman does their absolute best to make a great sales pitch to you when they meet you and they knock on your door. They do their best to put you in a good mood, but it never works because they don't know how to do shit. But in real life, when you're not trying to sell somebody, it's so easy to just be like, hey, have a good day, or like whatever. You're going to feel good that you did that, and then they're going to reciprocate it most likely if they're not degenerated human beings, okay? And then boom, you're going to realize, wow, life is really good outside of work when I actually put some effort and, have a good interaction with people, or put some effort into just like being a normal human being. Like when we were kids, like when we were in school, we were just playing and interacting with people, laughing. Just do what you did as a kid, as an adult, when you're unemployed and you're not making money. And honestly, if you're worried about being broke, being homeless, it's not as bad as you think, guys. There's so many. I mean, I can't speak for how bad homelessness is, but if you're homeless and you're not doing drugs, you're not smoking, you're not a victim of these substances, and you just don't have a house. I mean, maybe you got some money here and there, you beg, you buy a blanket, you go under the bridge. As long as you're surviving, one thing is you're probably not going to be as stressed because you're not going to care about sports. You're not going to care about work. You're just going to care about what your food is. You're going to be more in nature, ironically. You're going to just be in the moment. You're going to be outside in the sunlight in nature all day. Honestly, homeless people might not even stress as much as people that work. Like, if homelessness was so bad, why are people still homeless? Like, I know it's maybe they're a victim of drugs. This is a side topic, but if it was so bad, why are they still homeless? Like, if something was so bad, you would get out of it right away. But maybe there's some truth to being in nature and just being outside of your freaking environment of working all the time that brings you some sort of happiness. Like, come at it with an open mind. Learn from the homeless people. Why are they homeless? Why are they still in that situation? They got sunlight. They got a community of homeless people that they got to interact with. They got social life. Like, if you look at it, homeless people really have a social life by default. Like, people are going to try to take advantage of you, and if you interact right, they're going to not mess with you. They might even team up with you, I'm assuming. But you gotta collab with maybe other homeless people. You gotta survive. It's like a multiplayer game. You gotta go to the hotel. You gotta rent out a room. You're basically on GTA 5 building up in a way, or a survival game, an open world game like Fallout. So maybe homelessness is not bad, but back to the main point. Learn from the homeless people. Learn from other people who are not working so much. Learn from them. And then you can realize, wow, I actually have a life outside of work. So when you get outside of work, you're not a slave to these consumer products, and you're not stressing about not making income. Because at the end of the day, guys, income, all you really need is quality food. And if you know what I eat, primal diet, you're going to be a happy human being if you eat that way. Quality food and money to spend on people you care about, basic necessities, food, water, and maybe some shelter. And if you put yourself in a position where you have to have the biggest, most expensive things, well, it's going to be tougher for you to transition. But if you already live like not cheap, but like frugal, or just not overspending, it's not going to be hard for you to transition from work to not working, and you can enjoy your life. And I'm assuming you don't have a family and kids. If you have a family and kids, this is way different. And you probably don't even deal with this. You might be a consumer of products or sports, whatever, but I doubt it. Most Gen Z people or younger people are not. I hope so, man. But this video is really for like the people who are unemployed, single, or are in a relationship but they don't have kids. They don't really have responsibilities to take care of. So whenever you are not working, be grateful. It's an opportunity for you to really expand your knowledge, your social circle, your hobbies, and build a life outside of work. Thank you. I'm gonna upload the other video. It's over the same things, but I like these two videos. This message is gonna spread out and help people.